The most important thing about the upgrades Honda gave its NC700X for 2016 is that it provided me the excuse to borrow one in order to evaluate them. And you can really ascertain whether a bigger windscreen, sharp new bodywork and mufflers, and a bigger storage compartment are really what they're purported to be without some long-term testing, can you? Unfortunately, we can speak to the improvements in the dual-clutch transmission since we got the 6-speed manual. Maybe we need to borrow a DCD when this one goes back for purely scientific purposes. Long-time MO readers probably are aware of the soft spot in my heart for this motorcycle, and how I defended it against all critics and POV'd it as much as possible in every comparison. Usually it loses anyway. Shallow testers without my extensive background and discriminating taste, easily distracted by shinier objects, can't wrap their heads around a torquey twin that only makes 48 horsepower on its way to a 7,000 RPM redline. Now and then the fog clears though. Here's Tom Roderick on the 2015 NC in a 3-bike comparo last year. Rider ergonomics of the NC are the epitome of a neutral seating position. There's also plenty of legroom for taller folk, and a soft yet supportive seat on which to sit. It's a motorcycle you can't truly, comfortably sit atop all day, not feeling worse for the wear when you dismount. When kept within the confines of each bike's intended purpose, the NC700X is by far the best urban motorcycle of these three, perfect for the motorcyclist living in San Francisco without a car. The NC finished second to the newly upgraded Kawasaki Versys 650 in that comparo, editorial director Sean Alexander's favorite motorcycle of all time, so you get the idea. People ride motorcycles for a lot of different reasons, but by the time you've been riding them for a few decades, the reasons have had time to reduce and purify. TR is right about the NC being perfect for a carless San Franciscan, but it's also perfect for plenty of other hoods. On its website, Honda sticks the NC into its adventure category, alongside the Africa Twin and venerable XR 650L. It has a beak and feels like it could easily make it to 75% of the places those bikes could get you to on dirt roads, more if you threw on knobbier tires. With its 65 mpg fuel efficiency, it seems like the remote New Mexico ranch wouldn't be a bad habitat for the NC either. Or the middle of the LA megalopolis. Or Texas hill country. I also had a 0DSR for much of the time the NC was at my house, and I stopped remembering I needed to put gas in a Honda, too, until I'd see its low fuel light blinking on rare occasions. The NC was going to make it to the top of Saddleback Mountain easily on its standard Dunlop Trail Max tires, but the 0DSR's lack of range that day forced us to turn back. Surprisingly good suspension with 5.4/5.9 inches travel seems like enough. Yes, the NC dull? That's purely a judgment call, I suppose. All I know is during the time it was hanging out at the house along with a KTM Adventure R, an HD Roadster and a Suzuki GSX-S 1000, also the 0DSR, it was the NC I hopped onto nearly every time I needed to be somewhere. I also jumped on it just as often as I got the car out of the garage to pick up stuff I needed, new oxygen sensors for the car at the AutoZone, a tri-tip to throw on the grill, a book to not read from the library, 3 tomato plants, a bucket of KFC. The other marsupial motorcycle, the Aprilia Mono, carries a warning label not to carry live animals in its pouch, but there's no reason you couldn't take the cat to the vet in the NC. If it's only a few miles, I mean. It's an adventure bike, but one with a seat that seems way lower than the 32.7 inches in Honda's specs. At 472 pounds all gassed up, it's also a whole 70 pounds lighter than Brother Africa Twin, which is way lighter than most adventure bikes, and that lightness is what makes the NC so everyday usable. Yes, it would have been nice if we'd gotten hydraulic valve lifters on a bike that only revs to 7,000 RPM. As it is, you're supposed to check the NC's clearances every 16,000 miles. There are only 8 of them, though. They're easy enough to get to after you drop the radiator, and they're screw and lug nut adjustable. Probably a fun motorcycle bonding task, a good excuse for a little garage time. At the end of a few months living with the NC, I confirmed what I already knew: this is the most versatile motorcycle and probably one of the most economical ones you can buy for $7,499. There's no ABS on the 6-speed, but $600 more gets ABS and Honda's excellent dual-clutch transmission, relieving you of even the need to shift gears. I lobbied for the DCD version to be Scooter of the Year but got shot down. I'm as disgruntled as the next guy with Honda for holding out on the VFR 1000RR and other inscrutable things it's done over the last decade, but bikes like the NC, the CB500 triplets and the new Africa Twin go a long way toward easing my pain, all of them fantastic machines for the proletariat. I'll be sad to see this one go back. But we do need to sample the new DCD version. The work goes on.